let's take a look at an old favourite. Here's Simon Lucas to review the Bowers Wilkins Zeppelin. Now, Simon, I remember a Zeppelin. About 15 years ago, it was an iPod dock. So tell us about this new incarnation.
That's right. I mean, the original Zeppelin, which was an iPod dock, is not as old as an actual Zeppelin, but it's pretty old now. But for 2021, because this was towards the end of last year, I think that this got launched, Bowers and Wilkins made their first Zeppelin speaker for about 6 or 7 years, I think. And whilst I'd like to talk about it in the same sort of sensuous terms that Ed's done with Sonos Faber, it's not quite the. It's a purely wireless speaker first and foremost. So once you've positioned it where you want it, it's quite a big speaker, so you'll need to make sure you've got the space. But once it's where it needs to be and it's plugged into the mains, that's it in terms of your physical interaction. There's no caressing going on here.
It's classic Zeppelin, isn't it? If we take a look at,
it looks like
at
a
the
Zeppelin,
speaker.
yeah.
Bowers and Wilkins buyers are often very loyal to that brand, and it may be in addition to other things of the same brand that they have. So what will they find it matches up to the other Bowers and Wilkins items? And if you're just looking for a wireless speaker, this be a first Bowers and Wilkins purchase?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's safe to say that Bowers and Wilkins does inspire a lot of brand loyalty. But this is by no means the only wireless speaker game in town at this sort of money. It's around £700, a bit less now probably. And B&W are by no means the only company who will sell you a wireless speaker at this sort of money. But this is one of the very best for this money, without a doubt. It's very thoughtful, it's very well implemented, and it sounds very decent. It's trying to extract stereo sound, or an impression of stereo sound from a single enclosure. And to that extent, to that end, rather, there's a central driver, there are two mid-range drivers further out, and then two double-dome tweeters towards the end of the cabinet. And so you consider this cabinet is about 65 centimetres across. That means you get quite a wide spread of sound. It's not the same as having a pair of stereo speakers, but there's much less of a point source of sound than you might expect when you're getting sound from one box. And in terms of the sound, it's big, it's confident, it's well defined, it's revealing, it's detailed, it's all the things that you want. And it is now, which previous Zeppelins were, this is a truly high resolution device. It'll deal with the sort of streams from Quobos and Tidal that Ed's been talking about, up to a 24-bit 96 kilohertz resolution. The Bowers and Wilkins app is nice for integrating your Quobos or your Tidal account, so that you can get the high-res information from them. It has Bluetooth 5 as well with aptX Adaptive, so even if you're not a subscriber, even if you just decide you want to listen to Spotify's free tier or something like that, it's a piece of cake to control.